Good afternoon, friends. A very warm welcome to all of you. Now, before I start, I just want to confirm if I'm audible to all of you or not. So, let me see. Let's quickly go for a tech check. So, if I'm audible as well as visible to all of you. Yes, anyone who is already there in the session, can you please tell me if I am audible to all of you or not? All right. Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. Audio fine. Thank you. So, friends, a very warm welcome to all of you. I am Gaurav Gupta and I welcome all of you once again to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Now, friends, as I have promised to all of you in my previous sessions, we will be covering some of the very important, or I can say the most expected questions from logical reasoning section. All right. So in my previous sessions, I have already basically taken some of the sessions on general logical reasoning, and the last session was on clocks and calendars. I hope you all are enjoying all these sessions. Mohan, Eden, Erar, yes, you people are the regular attendees of my sessions. Thank you for being there. Okay, so in this session here, I'm in front of you with the next topic for logical reasoning as basically requested by most of the students. So in this session, today we are going to take on direction sensors and series. Now we are only 20 days away from this examination. Today is 6th of February and the examination is on 26th of February. So exactly 20 days are left with us. So let us quickly have a look at basically the level of difficulty and the way of approaching these questions of direction sensors and series. Now, in my previous sessions, basically I've already covered that the weightage of logical reasoning in this entire paper of TISSNET will be around 9 to 10 questions. So yes, out of the 30 questions that we will have in quant and reasoning section, out of 30 questions, there will be around 9 to 10 questions on logical reasoning. And we have been seeing the questions of clocks, calendars, direction senses, series, blood relations to be coming almost in every year of TISSNET. Okay, so here I am in front of you with the next topics. So direction senses and series. So the agenda of this session will be, first of all, I'll be throwing some light on the logics of direction senses for a few minutes. Then we'll practice some questions of direction senses, post which we'll be starting with some of the basic things that you need to understand, that you need to remember before you start solving the questions of series. All right, so we'll be covering these two topics today, and basically on your demand and on your request, I'll be again coming back after this session with some other topics on logical reasoning. So let's start this session. So first of all, we'll start with the direction senses. All right, so talking about the basic logics in direction sensors, so there are two things that you need to know in direction sensors. That's it. The first thing is the directions, like the four directions which we have: north, south, west, east. Okay, and basically their cyclic orientation is one of the most important thing. All right, now, after which I'll be telling you one of the basic concepts which all of you would know by name, which is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so we'll be talking about the usage of Pythagoras theorem in some of the questions, right? So first of all, if I'll draw a plus sign, conventionally what we do is we consider this direction as north. Opposite to north, it will be south. Okay, now from north, if I'll go in clockwise direction, from north, if I'm going in clockwise direction, I'll be reaching to east, and opposite to east, we have west. Okay, now it is not necessary that every time you will consider these directions like this, the way I have drawn. So if I'll also draw like another plus sign, so you can say that north can be this direction. It is not necessary every time that north direction will be in front of you or north direction will be any particular direction. So basically it depends on the positioning of the sun. the directions depends on the positioning of the sun. Okay, so in some questions it might happen that you will have to assume north direction as this one, but whichever of these four is north direction, the cyclic orientation of the other directions will remain same. By this I mean to say that opposite to north, always it will be south. From north, if you'll go in clockwise direction, you will get east. So from north, if you'll go in clockwise direction, you will get east, and then opposite to east, it will always be west. Okay, so this is the cyclic orientation of these four directions that should always remain the same. Okay, now the next thing is the Pythagoras theorem, the usage of Pythagoras theorem. So let's say for example, if question says that a person is standing at point A and he walks for 5 kilometers like this. Now after walking 5 kilometers, he takes a right turn and walks for another 6 kilometers. Okay, now, at this point, he takes a left turn. So, if he is walking in this direction, his left turn will be in this direction. So, after taking a left turn, he walks for 3 kilometers and stops. So, he stopped at point B. All right. So, he started from point A. After walking 5 kilometers, took a right turn, then walked for 6 kilometers, took a right turn, and then walked for 3 kilometers, and he stopped. Okay. Now, the initial point was point A and the final point at which he stopped is point B. So you will have to find out the shortest possible distance between point A and B. Okay, so the shortest possible distance between point A and point B. So first of all, I'll draw a straight line joining point A and point B. Okay, now other students like those who can solve this question quickly, please get me an answer. Okay, so I have drawn a straight line between A and B. Now what we'll do is we'll try to complete a right angled triangle. Okay, so I'll complete a right angled triangle like this. So I'll drop a perpendicular here and join these lines, and I'll call this point as point C. Okay, now can all of you tell me what will be the length of AC? What will be the length of AC? Now, downward direction, the person walked for 6 kilometers. So I can say that the length of AC will be 6. All right. And what will be the length of BC? The length of BC will be 5 kilometers plus 3 kilometers. That is 8 kilometers. All right. Now using Pythagoras theorem, I can say that the length of AB will be equal to under root of AC square plus BC square. Okay, so AC square plus BC square under root. So AC square, that is 36, plus BC square, that is 64. So answer will be equal to under root of 100, and that is equal to 10 kilometers. All right, so the straight line distance between A and B is 10 kilometers. Am I clear to each and every one of you? This is just the basic application of basic application of Pythagoras theorem. All right. Okay. So this is one type of question that you will be getting in your examination to find out the straight line distance between any two points. All right. Now the next question they may ask is, what is the direction of final point with respect to initial point? I'll write it at the top of the screen, top right corner of the screen. So question that they may ask, what is direction of final point, which is B, with respect to, this is important, with respect to the initial point, that is A. Okay, so we have to find out the direction of final point with respect to the initial point. Now we have to find the direction with respect to which point. This should be very much clear. So in this case, we have to find out the direction with respect to A. ओके सो जिस भी पॉइंट के रिस्पेक्ट में हमें कैलकुलेशन करनी है, जिस भी पॉइंट के रिस्पेक्ट में हमें डायरेक्शन फाइंड करनी है, विल ड्रॉ अ प्लस साइन ऑन दैट पॉइंट. So we have to do it with respect to point A. So I'll draw a plus on A, okay, and we'll write the directions north, south, west, and east. Okay, north, south, west, east. Now, after drawing this, you just check in which quadrant B is lying. Now, B is lying in this direction, that is between south and east. So, answer for this question will be equal to southeast. All right. So, point B is lying in the southeast direction with respect to point A. Am I clear? Those who are clear, quickly give me a yes. Come on, all of you. If you are there, just write yes in the chat box if you all are absolutely clear. Now, if you are clear with these logics, we'll go ahead and we'll look at the questions. Okay. So now let's have a look at some of the questions that I have selected from the previous year papers of TISSNET, right? So let's have a look at some of the questions. I have already covered one or two questions in the previous session when I basically talked about in general about the logical reasoning section, but there are some new questions as well. So quickly look at these questions. So I'll be giving you 20 to 25 seconds for every question, after which I'll start explaining these questions slowly. Meanwhile, you can find your answer and type it in the chat box. All right, all of you. Now, Ranbir's office has two doors facing each other. The front door faces east. He comes out of his office back door and walks 100 meters, then turns right and walks 50 meters further. The direction he is now from his office will be which one among the four options? Now, there are two doors. Okay. Now, these doors are facing each other. So, if one of the doors is facing east, then the other door will be facing the opposite direction, that is west. Okay. So, if front door is facing east, then the back door from which he comes out must be facing west. Now, I'll be taking directions in a conventional manner: north, south, west, and east. I'll be assuming these four directions. All right. Now he comes out of his office back door. Now office back door will be facing east. So let's say this is the office back door. He comes out in this direction and walks for 100 meters. Okay. So let's say he walked for 100 meters. Then he turns right and walks 50 meters further. Now his right will be in the upward direction on your screen. Okay, so he turns right and walks for 50 meters and then he stopped. Now we have to find out the direction of this point where he stopped. So direction of this point from his office. So that means with respect to the office. Now with respect to office, we have to calculate. So I'll draw a plus sign. Okay, here. Write the directions north, south, west, and east. So the direction he is now from his office will be this direction, and that is northwest direction. So yes, the correct answer will be option D. Both Eden and Sagar, both of you are absolutely correct. All right. So this was a pretty easy question. Let's look at the next question. Now, Mohit was looking for his father. He went 90 meters to the east. Okay, so he started towards east direction and he went for 90 meters. Now, again, conventionally, I'll follow this north, south, west, and east. All right. So he went 90 meters to the east. All right. So let's say this is 90 meters before turning to his right. Now, he started from point A. He went to the east direction 90 meters and then turned right. Now right will be in the downward direction. All right. Now he turned right and he went 20 meters. So he went 20 meters before turning to his right again. So again the right direction will be this one. Okay. To look for his father in his uncle's house 30 meters away. So his uncle's house is 30 meters away. So this point is his uncle's house and is 30 meters away. All right. Now his father was not there. From here, he went 100 meters to the north. So from this point, he went in the north direction. That means he went upwards and he walked for 100 meters. Okay, so 100 meters, this line will be crossed. Okay, before meeting his father in the street. So he went for 100 meters and he met his father at this point, and I'm calling it as point B. Now, how far did the son meet his father from the starting point? So we have to find out the straight line distance between points A and B. Okay, now I'll call this point as C. As you can see, ABC is a right angled triangle where the length of AC will be equal to 90 minus 30, that is 60. Okay, the length of AC, this portion, so entire length 90 minus 30. All right, and the length of BC will be equal to 100 minus 20, which will be 80. Okay, I have the length of AC and BC. So the straight line distance, which is AB, what will be this length? You can apply Pythagoras theorem on these numbers. 60, 80 and 100 will complete the Pythagorean triplet. So 60, 80, 100. If you remember these Pythagorean triplets, it will be faster for all of you. So answer will be option C. All right. Such an easy question you will see every time in this examination. It's just the matter of speed. 100 questions in 100 minutes. If you can tackle, you will score wonderful marks. All right. Now let's look at some more extra questions. Now question says that A stands facing southwards, then turns right again, then turn left and again left. Which direction is he facing now? Come on, quickly. You have 10 seconds. Come on, give me an answer. Option 1, 2, 3, or 4. So A stands facing southward. Okay, so he's facing downwards on your screen. Now he turns right. Okay, so that means whatever direction he's facing, he has turned right. So now he's facing this direction, that is west. Then right again. So now he will be facing north direction. Then he turned left. So again he will be facing west and then left again. So he will come back to the direction in which he was already facing at the beginning. Okay, so two right turns followed by two left turns. The direction will be balanced and he'll be back to the original direction in which he was facing. So yes, answer will be option 4, that is south. Abhishek, careful. So read it again. So he turned right and then right. So there are two right turns followed by two left turns. Okay, so that means he'll go back to his original position. Am I clear? So answer should be south. Yes. So it was an easy one. Let's move on to the next one. A little difficult for all of you. So read this question. And now I'll be drawing this figure very slowly. Understand the way of drawing this figure. Okay. The main door of my office faces west. So the main door is facing west with the back door facing opposite to it. So if the main door is facing west, then the back door must be facing east. All right. Okay. Now I walk out of the back door and walk 1 kilometer. So that means I started walking in the east direction. So again, as a convention, I'll be considering these four directions: north, south, west, east, as I've drawn on the top right corner of the screen. Okay, so the person came out of the back door. The back door was facing east. We have already determined that. Okay, now he walked for 1 kilometer in the east direction, turned left. So turn left, that means upwards. Okay, so turn left and walk for another 1 kilometer. So this is also 1 kilometer. He reached this point. Then turned right and walked 2 kilometers. So right turn and 2 kilometers. Then turn left again and walk 1 kilometer. All right. So this is the point at which he stopped. So he started from point A, he stopped at point B. What is the shortest distance that I must travel to reach my initial point? All right, so this is the question. So let's see how to solve this. So I'll draw a straight line joining A and B. Okay, so this is the dotted straight line that I've drawn, right? I'll complete the right angle triangle and I'll call this point as C. So quickly calculate the length of AC. So length of AC will be 1 plus 2, that is 3, and the length of BC will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. All right, so this is also 1. So BC will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. So length of AB will be equal to under root of AC square, that is 3 square, plus BC square, which is 2 square. So under root of 3 square, which is 9, plus 4, that is under root of 13. Chinu, please just quickly look at your calculation. So here answer will be under root of 13, not under root of 12. All right, so answer will be option A in this case. Okay, now the most important thing here is drawing a proper figure. Okay, so if your figure is correct, then the final answer will absolutely be correct. Okay, all right, now let's look at one more question like this before we'll shift our focus to the questions of series. All right, so question says that Aman goes towards west and travels 50 meters, then he turns right and travels 30. Now he turns left and travels 40. What is the shortest distance he need to travel to reach his initial point? Okay, so again, as a convention, I'll first of all have to decide the directions which I'll be considering. So I'll draw a plus sign: north, south, west, and east. These are the 4 directions that I'll be considering. Now, let's say this is the starting point. Aman goes towards west and travels 50 meters. So west will be left hand side on your screen and he travels 50 meters. Then he turns right. So right turn will be upward and he traveled for 30 meters. So this is 30. Now he turns left and travels 40. So left turn and he will travel 40 meters. And this is the point at which he stopped. Again, I'll mark these 2 points A and B. Now let's complete a line joining A and B and then complete the right angle triangle and call it point C. So writing the lengths of BC, BC will be equal to 30 and AC will be equal to 40 plus 50, that is 90. I hope all of you are clear with the length of AC. So AC will be equal to 90 because it is 40 plus 50. All right. So length of AB will be equal to under root of BC square plus AC square. So under root of BC square, 30 square is 900 plus AC square, 90 square is 8100. So it will be under root of 9000. Okay. Now under root of 9000, you can take out 9 as well as 100. So that means 30 will come out and under root of 10 will remain inside. Okay, so 30 under root 10 will be the correct answer. Yes, so those who have given this as the answer, Eden, Chinu, and Abhishek, yes. So all of you are absolutely correct. Answer will be 30 under root 10. Okay, now before I leave this question, before I move on to the next topic, all of you please answer to one more question. What will be the direction of, listen carefully, I want all of you to tell me the direction of final point with respect to initial point. Direction of final point with respect to initial point. All of you quickly tell me. Okay, so direction of final point with respect to initial point, if we have to calculate, if we have to find out. So I need to find out the direction with respect to initial point. So initial point is A. So on A, I'll draw this plus sign and write all the directions: north, south, west, and east. Okay. So this final point B is in this direction, which is between north and west. So answer will be northwest. So final point is in the northwest direction with respect to the initial point. Am I clear to all of you? So it will not be northeast, it will be northwest. Okay. So friends, that is all about the level of questions or the type of questions that you are going to see in TISSNET examination from direction senses. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to the next topic for the day. Now before that, those who are liking this session, quickly hit the like button. Come on, quickly hit the like button. Do comment in the comment section. Share this video, share this like channel with your friends, and do subscribe our channel, our YouTube channel, because using this you will be able to have an access to the previous sessions as well as the upcoming sessions that I have planned for all of you in this month. So those who are looking to take TISSNET examination, yes, those who are in this session, please do subscribe our channel, because we are going to conduct a lot of sessions in this coming month for TISSNET as well as for CMAT. All right. So subscribe the channel so that you will not miss any of the sessions that are planned for all of you in the coming future. All right. Now let's move on to our next thing, number and letter series. So yes, the question of series we have already seen in previous lectures. The questions which comes on series, they can come from numbers as well as from alphabets. All right. So any type of question can appear in front of you. Now, to do good in these questions, first of all, one of the most important thing that you need to understand is you cannot Mohan, clocks and calendars. I have already I've already taken a session on clocks and calendars 3 days back. Okay, so if you have subscribed our channel, so you will be able to see this session as well. All right, so just subscribe to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, and you'll be able to have an access to the session of clocks and calendars. All right. Okay. Now what I was saying is, you should not spend more than 30 seconds on any question of number and letter series in determining the logic that is used. So in case you are able to crack the logic in the first 30 seconds or at max 40 seconds, then get the answer, mark your answer and move to the next question. But in the first 30 seconds or 40 seconds, if you feel that you are nowhere in this question, you are unable to determine the logic that is used in the series, then immediately leave that question. The problem is, बहुत सारे students, they spend a lot of time on these questions. They end up wasting 2 minutes or 3 minutes. They don't realize that 2 or 3 minutes are already wasted. Okay, and they keep on thinking. They get stuck on these questions. Okay, it happens. Now the problem with the questions of letter series and number series is, if you are able to crack the logic in first 30 seconds, okay, then you'll be able to do these questions. Otherwise it may happen that you will keep on solving that question, keep on looking at that question for 5 minutes and still unable to get the answer. Okay, but if you will leave that question right now and again come back to the same question after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, then it may happen that you will be able to get the logic that is used in this question. So don't spend a lot of time on such questions. Just move to the next question in case you are nowhere after 30 seconds. Right? Now, a few things that you must practice, you must remember, or you must learn while solving the questions of number and letter series. So I'll just quickly write a few things. So first of all, squares up to 30 should be on your tips. Starting from 1 up till 30, the square of all these numbers should be on your tips. Like most importantly, the squares of numbers which are more than 15. Okay, so 15 square, 16 square, 20 square, 21, 22, 23, इन सब के squares याद होने चाहिए. Okay, fine. The second thing you must be doing is cubes up to 20. 20 तक के cubes रट लो. फर्स्ट 10 नंबर्स के क्यूब्स आई होप मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स को याद होंगे, बट द मेन इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज द क्यूब्स आफ्टर 20. Okay, so try to learn the cube of the numbers after 20, sorry, up till 20 as well, right? Okay, now the next thing that you must learn is sum tables. Okay, like multiples of 13, multiples of 7, ये थोड़ा सा आइडिया होना चाहिए, थोड़े से टिप्स पे होने चाहिए. Next thing is prime numbers up to 100. So 100 तक के जितने भी prime numbers हैं, they should be on your tips. All right. So these are 4 things that you must practice, that you must remember in order to basically save time while solving the questions of series. Okay. Now next is there are some logics that are used in the questions of series. So series can be of different types. So the first type of series can be addition series. Okay, now what happens in addition series? Now in addition series, the difference between any two consecutive term will form any particular series. As in, let's say, I'll give you some examples. So 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, and so on. Now you can see that the difference between any two consecutive terms is constant. So every time the difference is 4. All right. Next, let's say 5, 6, 8, 11, 15, 20, and so on. So here, first of all, the difference is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. So difference between the consecutive terms is forming a series of increasing numbers. Okay, now I'll give you one more example. Let's say 5, 6, 10, 19, 35, and so on. Now let's check the difference. So the difference here is 1, then 4, then 9, then 16. Now what are these numbers? 1, 4, 9, and 16. These are perfect squares. Okay, so 1, 4, 9, 16, ये वाले numbers directly use नहीं हुए, but these numbers are used indirectly. Okay, so the next difference should be 25 and the next term should be 60. Okay, so this is how the questions of addition series are made. Next is there may be questions on multiplication series. Okay, so logic can be multiplication. So here numbers which were added to the previous term, so these differences were making a series. Same can be for multiplication. Okay, so the question can be 2, 2, 8, 72, and so on. So here I have multiplied it by 1, multiplied by 4, multiplied by 9. So 1, 4, and 9 are squares. So the next can be multiplied by 16. Okay. Now there can be a mix of these logics. So combination of addition and multiplication. Okay. So it may happen that 3, 5, 15, 17, 51, 53, and so on. So what is happening here? Listen or observe carefully. So first of all, plus 2, then multiply 3, then plus 2, then multiply 3, then plus 2, and then it will be multiply 3. So your answer will be 159, or the next term will be 159. Right? So these are some things that we need to remember, we need to practice while solving or before solving the questions of series. Okay, so what you may do is just 1 or 2 days before the examination, make sure that you solve 50 or 60 different type of questions of series. Okay, Just don't test yourself, just look at the logics, look at their solutions as well. And it should be that all these logics should be there in your mind before you enter the examination hall. Okay, fine. Now let's look at some of the questions on series. So the first question in front of you is, find the missing number in the following table. Okay, now observe these numbers: 64, 216, 512, 1000, 1728. If you'll move on to these numbers, then you will remember what are these numbers. Okay, now 1728 is basically the cube of 12. 2744, 2744 is the cube of 14. Okay, obviously 1000 is the cube of 10. All right, 512 is the cube of 8, 216 is cube of 6, 64 is the cube of 4. So we have 4 cube, 6 cube, 8 cube, then 10, 12 and 14, the cubes of these numbers. Then 4096 is the cube of 16 and 8000 is the cube of 20. So here at the place of question mark, it should be cube of 18. Okay, so 18 cube. Now you'll have to calculate the value. Okay, now there is no need to calculate the value if you are able to determine that the missing term is 18 cube. Okay, now 18 cube will not be ending with 0. So option B and option D are eliminated. Just calculate the unit digit of 18 cube. So 18 into 18 into 18. So unit digit calculate kar lo sirf. So 8 into 8, here the unit digit will be 4. Now again 4 into 8, the unit digit will be 2. So the unit digit of the answer should be equal to 2 and hence answer will be option A. Yes, all of you are absolutely correct. Now, Eden, you are asking Fibonacci number series once again. Once can you show, sir, kindly? Yes. So Eden, Fibonacci series, I'll show you. So let me clear the screen. So what is basically Fibonacci series? Now Fibonacci series is when the next term is the sum of previous two terms. Okay, so let's say I'm starting my series from 2 and 3. Okay, so the next term will be 5. So 2, 3 and 5 are these three terms. Then the next term, if I want to write it, so it will be the sum of the previous two terms. So 3 plus 5 is 8. Next term will be 5 plus 8, that is 13. Next term will be 8 plus 13, that is 21. Then 34, then 55, and so on. This series will keep on continuing. All right, Eden, am I clear? Okay, so we have already done this question. Let's move on to the next question. Now we have to complete the following series of numbers again. So 6, 26, 126, 626. What will be the next term in this series? Yes, go ahead and write your answer. All right, wonderful, good. So just look at the differences here. 6 to 26, what is being added? 20. Then we have added 100. Then we have added 500. All right. Now 20, 100 and 500. Look at these terms. Okay. So 20, 100 and 500. If you will look at these terms, you will understand what series basically they are making. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so 20, 100 and 500. So basically multiply by 5 and then multiply by 5. Okay, so 20 into 5 is 100 and 100 into 5 is 500. So next will be into 5. 500 into 5, you will add 2500. So 626 plus 2500, and that will be the correct answer. Most of you have already given 3126. Okay, now let's look at some other questions as well. Now we have to find out the seventh term in the series. Find the seventh term in the series. Now this is a perfect example of miscellaneous series or the combination series that we have just talked about. So we have to find out the seventh term of this series. So the numbers are 5, 13, 29, 61, and so on. We don't have to find out the next term, but we have to find out the seventh term of this series. Yes, tell me. Okay, so let's have a look at the logic. So from 5 to 13, I have added how much? I've added 8. Then from 13 to 29, what is being added? 13 to 29, I've added 16. Then 29 to 61, what is added? 32. Okay, so in the next case, we'll add 64. Okay, so 61 plus 64, it will be 125. All right, then what we'll add? We'll add 128. Okay, so it will be 253, and then you can add 256, so that will be 509. So this is the seventh term, 509, and answer will be option D. Now, can anyone tell me any other logic behind this? So I have done this very easily just by looking at the difference between the consecutive terms, and it was forming a series. Okay. Now there can be multiple logics which can be applied here. So the next logic that I'm applying here is 5 multiplied by 2 plus 3. 5 multiplied by 2 plus 3. So 5 into 2 is 10 plus 3 is 13. Then again apply the same logic. 13 multiplied by 2 is 26 plus 3. Yes, Eden. So we are on the same page. We are looking at the same logic. So just keep on applying this logic and you will reach to the same number, which is 509. All right. So yes, you can look at different types of logics. I have one more logic for this. Now the logic is basically 2 cube minus 3, which is 5. 2 raised to the power 4 minus 3, which is 13. 2 raised to the power 5 minus 3 is 29. 2 raised to the power 6 minus 3, that is 61, and so on. So yes, we have already seen 3 different logics for the same set of question. All of these logics will take you to the same answer, which is 509. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Which number should come next in the following series? 4, 12, 28, 52, and so on. Yes, anyone. So the series is 4, 12, 28, 52. What will be the next term? A little difficult this one is. Please don't get afraid. No, this is not at all difficult. You'll be able to give me an answer in less than 15 seconds. Come on. Okay, so even if you'll quickly write the differences here. So the difference is 8, then 16, then 24, All right. So 8, 16, 24. The next difference should be the next multiple of 8. That is 32. So 52 plus 32, answer will be equal to 84. Yes, answer is option B. All right. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Find the missing number in the series 7, 13, 21, 43. Sorry, 7, 13, 21 dash and then 43, 57. I'm adding 6, then 8, then we don't know, again we don't know, and then we are adding how much? 14. Okay, now 6, 8, then 2 blanks, and then 14. All right, so the series will be completed if I'll write 10 and 12 here. Okay, so 21 plus 10 can be 31. Then 31 plus 12, is it matching with 43? Yes, it is matching with 43. So the correct answer for this question, yes, all of you are absolutely correct. It is 31. Okay, so 31 is the correct answer. No, Sumanta has only given the correct answer 31. Sagar has given the answer as 31. All right, so all of you are absolutely correct. Okay, with this, let's move on to the next one. Find the missing set of numbers in the following series. Okay, so which option will be the correct answer in this one? Okay, so let's observe them in the pairs. So I'm starting with BAD, then we have reversed this DAB. All right, then it is CAE and then the reverse of CAE, that is EAC. So here I've started with B, then I started with C. So here I should start with D. A is common in between, and then D, E, next will be F. Okay, so the correct answer will be DAF, which is option number 4. Okay, so now you will be realizing how easy the questions are. It's just that you need a little bit of practice for the next 20 days and you'll be able to, or you should be able to attempt all the questions in QA and reasoning section. Yes, don't leave even a single question unattempted. Definitely we don't have negative marking, so obviously you'll be attempting all these questions, but I'm asking you not to go for flukes, all right, but try to attempt all the questions logically. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Complete the series 7, 10, 19, 46, 127. What will be the next term? You'll be given 15 seconds for this. Solve it and write your answer. All right. So let's look at again the differences. So here the difference is 3, then it is 9. Then what is the difference? Careful. It is 27. And then the difference is 81. Now 3, 9, 27 and 81, they are basically the powers of 3. So the first number is 3 raised to the power 1, then 9 is 3 square, 3 cube, 3 raised to the power 4. So the next difference should be 3 raised to the power 5, that is 243. So 127 plus 243 will be the correct answer, and that is equal to 370. Yes, Sumanta, you have given a correct answer. Lovely. Eden and Mihir, your answers are absolutely correct as well. Okay. Now with this, let's move on to the next question. Complete this series. 2, 10, 30, dash and 130. Let's see how many of you can answer this one. Okay, no one till this point. This is a little tricky. Now, at the beginning of the explanation, or at the beginning of series, I told you what all things you need to remember, right? Sagar, okay, so Sagar has given one answer. So I told you to remember some squares and cubes. Okay, now let's see if these numbers are related with those numbers or not. Now, first of all, 2, I'm writing it as 1 plus 1. I'm giving you a hint slowly and slowly. Okay, 10, I'm writing it as 8 plus 2. For 30, 27 plus 3 dash, and then 130, I'm writing it as 125 plus 5. Now observe all these numbers. Okay, again I'm rewriting. So 1 plus 1, 1 cube plus 1. 8 plus 2, 8 is 2 cube and 2 as it is. Then 3 cube plus 3. Last number was 5 cube plus 5. So the missing number should be 4 cube plus 4. That is 64 plus 4, which is equal to 68. So yes, Sagar, your answer is absolutely correct. Wonderful. Okay, so 68 will be the correct answer for this question. Am I clear? So that's why I was asking you to remember perfect squares, perfect cubes, because they will definitely be helpful. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Complete the following series. So this is a series of alphabets. So the first is A, then D, E, then I, J, K. So which of these options will complete this series? Okay, now after A, we have left the alphabets B and C. So two alphabets are left, and then we'll write two alphabets. Then after E, we have left F, G, and H. Three alphabets are dropped, and then three alphabets are written. So then after I, J, K, I'll drop four alphabets, L, M, N, and O, and then I'll write four alphabets, P, Q, R, and S. All right. So the correct answer will be P, Q, R, S. That is second option. Right. So Mihir, Abhijit, Chinu, Sumantha, Sagar, Eden, all of you are absolutely correct. So correct answer is option number 2. Okay. So that's all, friends, from my side. I hope you liked this session. I hope you have learned something. The only thing I'll tell you about these topics that we are doing in these lectures is you just need to spend 2 to 3 hours to master these topics, because you don't need to cover the very high level of difficulty of these topics, because we are preparing for TISSNET examination. So the level of difficulty that you have seen in these sessions is the actual level of difficulty that you are going to face in TISSNET. Remember that TISSNET is a speed-based examination. Okay, so the level of difficulty will be low, and the students who will attempt more questions correctly will get a call for the MAHR program of TISSNET. All right. So, friends, this is all from my side for today. I'll definitely come up with some more sessions for TISSNET as well as CMAT examination. All you have to do is keep studying, keep revising, and keep practicing these topics. Okay, understand one thing, you will not be able to perform properly only just by attending these session. So what you have to do is, after my session is over, practice at least 30 to 40 questions of those topics in order to be master of these topics. Okay, knowing everything will basically not be sufficient. Okay, you have to increase your speed as well. Okay, so in case you think that your speed is not up to the mark, then keep practicing. Okay, and on an average, you should not be taking more than 1 minute to solve any of these questions. Okay, now Pooja, yes, you have your doubt, go ahead, quickly write it. Meanwhile, I'll tell some important facts about other things. So friends, those who are looking to basically join any of the GDPR programs for the next stage. Okay, so we have already started a GDPR program, and all the details are there in front of you on your screen. Now, to gather some more details about this program, you can call at this number which is given at the bottom of the screen. Okay, fine. Now, next thing is, in case anybody is there who is planning to attempt CAT this year, CAT 2022, any of the CAT 2022 aspirants. So we have started new batches. So one such batch details are on your screen, and to know further about these batches, again, you can call on the number which is given at the bottom of your screen, right? So friends, that's all from my side. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe our channel. All right. And one very important thing for uh, all of you can interact live, yes, with one of the mentors of BYJU'S exam prep. Okay, 2 days ago, I had one such session. So what you can do is you can join our Telegram group, through which you will get a chance of interacting live with the faculty member, where you can ask your doubts, your queries with the mentors in a video session. Okay, so that's all, friends, from my side. All the best to all of you. We'll see you again with the next session on TISSNET. Have a good day. Bye bye.